SGBX, 2 times your money in few weeks. Hello guys, it's your fellow investor here with another video. In this video I'm going to talk about SGBLOCKS and why I think it's not too late to invest in this company, what they do, what they are, what is their mission, and all that good stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in, because here we discuss EVs and stocks, penny stocks with big potential, very solid fundamentals. So there's really small upside of taking losses in the long term and potentially making some really nice profits in the short term. With that being said, let's get into the video. We're going to be talking about SGBLOCKS, ticker symbol SGBX. And if we look at a 6-month chart, they're up 70%. If you look at the 1-month chart, they're up 60%, and 5 days they're up 35%, and only yesterday they're up over 20%. So as you can see, the moves happened relatively recently, so it really caught my attention, and some people actually recommended me this stock to have a look at it. So here I am having a look at the stock, and I have to say I really like it. But let's get into their investor presentation, which was recently updated, so it's really up to date. It's from December 2020, as you can see. And let's get right into it so you get the most information in the least amount of time. So what I really like about them, that they are targeting large verticals. You know, basically they're targeting the large cargo boxes which are being unused, and they're just in some warehouses and they're just laying there empty. It's not good for the environment. It's like almost waste of materials. However, today what they do, this company, they just take the boxes or the cargos and they make buildings out of it, and it's some neat concept. It's really original, and I've not seen anyone else doing that and being publicly traded on the market as well. And as they're mentioning, they have really strong balance sheet, which is also another key point why we should have a look into this company. They're working with containers, it's their main research, and the possibilities of what they can do with these containers are almost unlimited. The big positive side of containers is that they are super strong, and it doesn't require much time if you want to build some buildings with them, and it is really cost efficient as well. Here we can see how they are working with their business plan, their connections, and how it all just comes together. They can make successful business model. There's some big names as Skype and Airbnb, Dropbox, and even Uber, so we can see they are well established. Here we can see that in third quarter of 2020, SGBLOCKS acquired assets of module factory Eco DLC. And I'm really big fan of companies acquiring other companies, or just some kind of factories, because they just do that in a way so they're more profitable, more successful in the future, as we can see with CleanSpark, for example. And I have to say that so far this really gives me the feeling of another CleanSpark stock, of another FLUX power stock. And each of these stocks were in the same place as SGBLOCKS, but I'll get to that more later in the video. Here we can see how many big market opportunities are there for SGBLOCKS at total. So if we all add it up and just use some calculations, we get that there is total $425 billion market opportunity for SGBLOCKS. And it's not coming from one market, it's coming from 4 different market segments. So it's nice if one will not be as much on fire, the other 3 are. So it's kind of diversified, but still in the same niche. Here we can see some of their successful goals and achievements, and the most interesting is the last one. They manage supply agreement and purchase order with Ocean Healthcare to distribute up to 2 million Rona rapid tests in the US, which has been proven really helpful. And further on, they can just keep it for the next half year or a year, and they can transfer it maybe for the vaccine. But we shall see how they turn it out. But it's still looking really nicely in the short term. Here I have some commercial recent accomplishments, and what piqued my interest in this segment is that they have agreement with Blink for delivery of EV charging stations. And the key is that, as we can see on the picture, they would probably take care of the boxes or the containers where would be the electricity stored, and it won't cost Blink that much if they would use another provider of this kind of service. So it's looking good that they're cooperating with publicly traded companies, so it gives them way more publicity. This is probably the cherry on top of the cake, because as we can see, they're expecting in 2021 revenue to grow at least 400% as compared to 2020. And we can see that it went almost 100% or 90% from 2019 to 2020, and I don't think that there have been that many successful projects for this company in 2020 because of the Rona, and in 2021 they might actually benefit from the Rona, as we could see on the previous slides. There might be more orders for their boxes and the tests and maybe the vaccine coming up. We shall see how it turns out, but you know, if they say it's at least, that's really promising. If they put at least 400%, even if it would be, I don't know, 300%, it would be still amazing. Another really golden piece from their presentation and their financial side is that they have absolutely zero debt and more than $13 million in cash and equivalents. And that's not all, they have also small amount of common shares outstanding, so it is really like a CleanSpark when there's also not that many of shares left. So if this is going to get some traction, we can see 10% a day for the next few weeks, or just 5 to 10% moves up and down. But if there's going to be good trend, and they have really good trend, and also they have really good balance sheets and fundamentals, we can see the stock moving quite nicely in the next week, 2, 3 or month and 2. Here we can see on their website what have they built, whom they work with. We can see Starbucks. They've built many buildings for Starbucks. They've also, you know, transferred home for many people. They've worked with Puma as well in the right bottom corner, and Toyota, some kind of show. They have limitless potential, many partnerships, and you know, every company would like to save money when building new buildings. You know, here could SGBLocks really come in handy and prove them that they are worthy competitor for them, and you know, most likely they will accept their offer because it will save money and it is also environment friendly solution, and they are looking really modern and cozy. So it's not really, I thought it would look really hideous, but if you put some work into it, it looks really nice. Last but not least, let's look into their balance sheet. So if we look closely, what I'm interested in for some short-term and mid-term growth, if I look into total current assets, and they have about $18.6 million in them. And if we look into total current liabilities, we can see they're about 6 million. So, you know, they are over 3 times, this ratio is 3 times equivalent. So if anything above, I believe 1.5 is showing us that it's ready to grow. But in this scenario, they are ready to explode and ready to grow as crazy. And I'm not really surprised because they have really strong, very strong balance sheet. They are very cheap for their performance and their balance sheet and everything combined. Financial side are very underrated, and there are not many shares outstanding, so I can see the stock move quite nicely, as it happened with FLUX, and as I mentioned 1 month ago, over 1 month ago on my channel, the stock is up about 50%. I can see the same doing or happening with SGBLocks or with CleanSpark. I mentioned it as well about a month and a half ago. If you bought when I made a video about $6-7, you are up probably 180%, 150, maybe almost 200%. So I hope this one was going to be the same kind of stock because it's been very interesting, and I'm really excited about this company, although it might not be very resonant from my voice. I hope I brought you some value. If I did, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more interesting videos like this one. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to click on that like button underneath this video. Both helps me out a lot. I mean a lot. Let me know down in the comment section below, what are your thoughts about this company? Do you see this company doing well in 1 month, 3 months or a year? Let me know. I'm all ears. And with that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.